Thank you very much, Blaze. Well, it's been a very quick day so far, but I don't think this one ends in a 3-0. These two teams have some history to settle. Toronto Ultra, well, they came down in this lowest bracket in pretty dramatic fashion. Thieves had a close run, but they are looking good so far.
They are. We're dressed for a funeral here for the end of the team's tournament, of course. But it's going to be an interesting one. As mentioned, we have seen this matchup on LAN before. It was a very interesting one. We had it there. But both these two teams with a different route into this. We've seen some 3-0s coming from Thieves as soon as they went into that losers bracket. We just seen Toronto get 3-0'd themselves, though, of course, by FaZe. So it needs to be a bounce back from them. But Thieves not yet played today either. So is that a factor potentially? But the maps and modes, it kind of does set itself up very, very nicely. It should be an interesting series, and it's one that I'm really struggling to call. I've tried to break it down in the stats, get an idea, and at this time, I don't really know which way this one's going to go. Both these teams match up very, very well up against each other. It's just a case of who plays better on the day. Yeah, and that's really the question we're asking, because think about this. Do you think Toronto Ultra just had an off game? Do Atlanta FaZe look that much better? Is it hard to benchmark them from that point? But at the same time, Thieves have looked very good so far this tournament. Realistically, it's about who wants it more. Who wants to continue here at Major 2, and who's not feeling it and going home? To answer your question, I think it was a bit of both. FaZe looked lights out, but Toronto Ultra came out flat and never really got things going. But a good opportunity for them to do so here as we go to Mikado again. Now, you guys at home will be remembering from a couple of hours ago what happened to them off the initial break. Rotation-wise is so important for this team. The first 4 rotations, they completely lost and they got dominated. But when they started winning rotations, that's when we seen the comeback. Rotations important for Ultra. Thieves do their job typically from breaks. Let's see who's going to get the rotations, who's going to get the breaks here, and what should be a banger of a series.
Who's hot and who's not already? A few fights going down, and realistically, Octane with a 2 to begin with. That's 3 for Octane already in this hard point. That's a 4. Octane just had his way and taken out 4 members of Ultra and hasn't been fired back in response.
And he's one of the players that really has improved on LAN when it's come down to hard points specifically for the side of Thieves. Dropping a 0.95 on line, and when it's come to LAN, it's a 1.15. So, I mean, that's a pretty good improvement. He had some good moments yesterday. And speaking of good moments, Thieves with that rotation heading over towards P2, Toronto Ultra trying to break back.
Nothing wrong with being an animal ton, and we can see that they can continue to do it now. Already set up for this P2 rotation, and this is where it starts to get a little bit serious. Can they hold on? They know they're pushing towards them already, but LA Thieves currently in prime position.
And it really felt like the AR matchup was where Toronto Ultra really did struggle in that previous game. Octane already starting off hot here for the side of the LA Thieves. 6-1 from him. Kenny ready and waiting. Naughty little spot. Waiting for the push to come on through. Octane will find 1. Kenny gets traded. Octane will find 2. Octane will find 3. And it's the AR game that's being won so far by Thieves. It's Drazah to find Scrapz. That's 9-1 from Octane. It's a perfect rotation. Make it 10. Make it 11. There it is. Not quite. Octane trying to kick off game 1.
There's a very old meme in the COD competitive Reddit, as is your boy LaRue shredding. And he is so far dominant. And Ultra have had to just give it up completely.
They've choked it. They can't do anything when the human turret himself is getting things done over towards P2. It's an 11-1 start for Octane. But rotation here now for Ultra. But it's kind of same old story. They got beaten off the map completely by the side of FaZe to kick things off in the previous series. And it's hard to happen to them up against Thieves here as well. Scrapz will find 2, though. He'll steady the ship. Is this a rotation in from Ultra? Yes, it is. Oh, he shuts down the streak and then gets a couple of extra bullets, making sure Octane's definitely dead.
Well, trying to get themselves back into this, probably screaming there, Scrapz, knowing that if they can hold this, they're right back into it. It isn't about how you started, it is about how you finish. But Octane's already going to be calling in the streak. You can hear it through the speakers. And the rest of LA Thieves are waiting. Nothing going to come from them as well. And the rest of them are dropping. This is a good hold here for Ultra so far.
Really good hold. But what that streak does is make Ultra have to be a lot more tight in that setup. They have to get inside, which allows LA Thieves to get a little bit more control around the point, which will eventually, to players like this from Envoy, doesn't pull off it in the end. Toronto Ultra will find the kill. Scrap time. I say scrap time. That's 20 seconds worth. Going over towards Thieves, but Ultra will find the kills. Rotation also to be fought over. Push from Cantina coming from Ultra.
Well, we spoke about the rotations before on this map. For both teams, it is critical. Right now, it's Thieves holding down Barbers. But Ultra pushing through. Kleenex has got his way in, but only finds 1. The rest of Ultra are starting to follow, and they get cut down by Drazah. Maybe a little bit of a pacing issue there as Kleenex went wild.
He manages to find a way through, but honestly, Drazah finds those 2 kills because CleanX finds his way through. They're like, well, nobody's covering back. aLLeY turns it around. Envoy, big gunfight win up against inside. Surely not another one. This will be a 3rd for Envoy. Nastie should cut him down and does so. Now the push over towards Barbers, but it really has been a game of rotations. Whoever's been there first has been the one finding the points. Looking good here for the Thieves. There's a breakthrough potentially on the cards through Scrapz. He's going to get taken down as well. aLLeY Thieves hold strong.
It's been one of those games so far. If you are not in position, you are just getting gunned every single which way. And you can see this is what Ultra are going to try and do themselves now. Scrap time given up. It is a game of holds. Octane maybe 14-3, but if they break here, aLLeY Thieves will be in a commanding position.
It's going to have to be a full 60 to tie it up from Ultra. We haven't seen any breaks or anything coming in from either one of these 2 teams. Scrapz will find the gunfight on the flank. Drazah will not be able to set up a pinch here. So for the aLLeY Thieves, it has to be somewhat one-dimensional. CleanX find a kill on Envoy. The push still coming. Ultra holding strong so far.
They are now throwing up the defenses. They do not want to let them in at all, but Octane wins a gunfight, but he's alone. Wins a second gunfight. Octane continuing to be a problem for them. Surely not eventually taken down by CleanX, but he's allowed this to open up, and Kenny comes screaming through. Envoy takes down Kenny, and Insight. Sandy does not get that kill somehow.
Hasn't managed to finish his dinner here. Envoy ready and waiting, but so is Drazah. Break coming in, the first really successful one, or is it? This Ultra fight back. Oh my god, CleanX rips Drazah off the heady, and that will be the remaining scrap time. Going over towards Toronto Ultra. Rotation though, once again. Thieves, first one's here, 15 seconds to go. So it's all about the setup, it's all about these rotational fights. Scrapz has to back on down, but inside the barbershop is Standy, finds the gunfight, but it's going to be the push towards the back. You need your ARs to get some control over towards the alleyway, or find a way through mid.
Can they do it? Ultra are starting to feel the pressure as these points are mounting. They cannot break this. They are going to be so far behind, but 2 kills already going down. The back alley swarm is upon us. Drazah's trying to wallbang, but no hits so far. And Ultra are now trying to get through, but Envoy has shut them down. They had the opportunity, but nothing has come of it.
Scrapz eventually does find the kill onto Envoy, but Drazah ready and waiting. The ARs have really been frying so far from the side of Thieves, but here comes the break. Surely, oh my god, Octane! We get it off screen, but the man is still frying. It's an 80-point lead for the aLLeY Thieves, mostly due to the fact that this man is 20-6.
And there's just nothing that Ultra are doing that is working so far. They are falling under the guns of aLLeY Thieves over and over again. This rotation is now critical. They haven't managed to break consistently. They haven't managed to get anywhere on this map. They have to be here first, and they have to hold.
And they get the rotation this time. And some confidence clearly still from Ultra belongs there for this Mikado pick. They are the ones that went with this map, bearing in mind what happens to them against FaZe. Still the confidence is there. They will believe that they can bring this back. It's about a 90-point game. Big lockdown coming in here from Ultra though, and look over towards back alley. Scrapz will find one onto Kenny as well. You can see Drazah finding that push as well. He will find him. The break should be imminent, and there it is once again from Thieves. Far too easy. The pinch is set up. This is looking so good from the aLLeY side.
And now Ultra will try and regain here a little bit. They have to break back into it, but the kills are just not going their way. The slaying is not here as Ultra desperately claw and fight and try and find something. Almost 100 points down now. They get back in for the scrap time.
It really is not looking good in the marketplace for the side of Toronto Ultra. Insight will be there to pick up what will only be the pieces. And Lloyd doesn't quite finish his dinner, and will get taken down for it as well. Now we're starting to think about this rotation back over towards P1. You want those P2 spawns. Ultra, we did see a comeback up against FaZe. It was a really good time of things when they were 4 hills in a row. They lost the rotation. But when they managed to win these rotations, they went on a 120 to 64-point run. But they need to do it here without giving Thieves anything at all.
And this is exactly what they're doing. They are holding fire. They're not getting the time on P1. They are waiting for P2. They know it is critical. And finally, once they've cleared out aLLeY Thieves, they can start to tick up that time. But they must hold these spawns. They must not allow it to go here. And aLLeY Thieves are trying to punch their way through.
And every single point that Thieves pick up here is a dagger to Ultra, but that's 3 now dead. Octane, 26-10, make that 26-11 as he will get taken down. Spawns there for Ultra. If you need anything to get a comeback, it has to be P2. We've seen teams lock down a lot of time here. And can they do it? LA Thieves need to try and find a breakthrough, or this will start to get a little bit scary, but the pinch is starting to get set up.
Ultra have to hold. Here comes the LA Thieves. They're squeezing in every single direction. Scrap finds one. Can he find the second as well? No. Kenny will take him down. Inside on the back alley, but Octane wins the gunfight, and now they're swarming. They're pushing in towards Ultra, who have to hold them off here as bullets keep ricocheting through. Stanley, that is a huge kill for him. They are keeping the Thieves at arm's length.
And a bit of a spawn out here for Ultra as well, so they get the pinch in mid-map, and that is going to be some decent time. 40 seconds still to go here. You can already see Kleenex is thinking about P3, but Thieves are just looking to put the pressure on as best they can. Inside, big gunfight win over towards the mid-map as well. No time being allocated, though, towards the Ultra side. Standing alone momentarily. Octane is not missing bullets. LA Thieves looking like they're going to pick up the last 20 seconds there, which will hurt Ultra. Rotation starting to come in, though. This is so important. Ultra pretty much need to be flawless throughout the rest of Mikado.
Can they do it? Can they not only hold off the LA Thieves here, but not give the scrap time and hit the rotation? Because they need every single second for it. It's an LA Thieves stack. They have time. It's the one thing in abundance they can afford to burn. The first kill's coming through. Ultra already a little bit compressed. They're waiting for it. Octane finds a big kill on the Kleenex. They are about to break down the doors. They're looking for Ultra here right now as well. Kenny, why around the corner?
Oh my God.
Doesn't matter. The kills are coming through. Stanley's managed to hold off too. He needs to hold off more. They're going for him as well. The reinforcements are in, and it's Envoy who wins the gunfight eventually. And that may be it. That may be all they wrote. And Envoy will end the map, and LA Thieves send Ultra packing on Mikado for the second time this tournament. Ultra, that map has not been going your way.
And your boy Røkkr was indeed frying. Right from the get-go, the AR battle just so dominant from the side of the LA Thieves. And that is a stat line that a lot of people will be worried about. If Octane can keep this form up, LA Thieves are a dangerous, dangerous prospect here. 24 untraded kills with the tack on LAN on Mikado. It's a big, big performance from Sam.
That really is. We spoke about the AR battles coming into it, Ton, but that was not a battle. That was not even slightly equal. He started off hot, and we thought, hey, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can get an early good start, and then you even out as the game goes on. Realistically, not that much. No. 31 and 13 is not evening out.
It was a really, really good performance, and it was weird because, I mean, we've seen a lot of kills over towards P2 when he was locking it down, but he was helping the team on rotation so much as well. But when they were getting inside those points, he was saying, absolutely not, you're getting nowhere near. It started 10-1, I believe. And then actually we've seen Scrap pick up a 3-piece heading over towards P3. Shot some bodies. I don't think I've seen too many more kills coming in from Scrap after that. Octane really had his way with Toronto Ultra there. And you're running through the highlights, it's just all LA Thieves. It was still close up until this point. You know, both these two teams were trading rotations, good holds here and there, but the Thieves just started accelerating. Foot down on the throat of Ultra time and time again. And it just looked so strong from the word go.
And how many times do we say Ultra have to hold this rotation and then they didn't? How many times could they have come back into that game if they could have found the 60 and then they didn't? LA Thieves had time in abundance, they were winning the gunfights, and when they rotated, Ultra couldn't even look at the site.
Fantastic performance from the LA Thieves. Closing it out with Envoy, kicking things off with the rotational win. Coming in from Ultra, but the break, once again, so good from the LA Thieves. It's a 250 to 165 scoreline. And looking over towards that, Ultra just got massively, massively outslayed. Can't let it happen. They be the team who have been outslaying teams on a regular basis. Scrap has been a huge X factor for them. He just did not get going there.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive stat line, to be fair. I wonder if they can keep it up, though. Of course, I did say it had been a day of 3-0s, and I didn't think it would continue. Realistically, Ultra haven't won a map today. Is this going to be a comeback on the S&D time?
I mean, look, I would be very surprised if this is a 3-0. I am very much expecting a close matchup. But again, from Ultra, it's that bad start. Specifically after you had Mikado on the previous series, it didn't go well for you. You then pick it again and again get beat pretty handedly. It's one that really does, it's got to pain them, especially with that being their pick. So heading into map number 2, we're going to have to regain if we are Toronto Ultra, but it's one of those situations. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I know. But I don't know. I think Ultra, that was a bit of an ego check, I want to say, to a certain degree. It was one of those, yeah, okay, we like Mikado. Yeah, okay, we got beat by FaZe. But heading into this one, yeah, okay, let's go again. You get beaten again. Not sure where the confidence is lying now.
Yeah, that may be the biggest issue for them, realistically. Obviously, Ultra did not expect to be essentially blown off the stage. That's what happened in the Ireland FaZe game, and it kept getting worse and worse. They need a regain. They need a big regain. Even the first round of S&D may allow them to take some of that weight off their shoulders.
Let's see if it can take the weight off their shoulders, because right now, after Ultra looked so good to kick things off against LA Guerrillas, haven't won a map in the last 4. And that has got to be a concern for them. But an all-round good game from the Toronto Ultra side. They have a good S&D out on them, of course, can control. They are one of the best in the game. But they have to find themselves in a much better position here because that hard point was so dominant from Thieves.
Yeah, and I actually want to talk a little bit more about Thieves. Realistically, with how close their game was against OpTic, it could have gone the other way. It could have been a very different story. And now, moving forward, this team are probably going for that loser's bracket run, deep run going, and they look pretty good with it as well. It has been a weird tournament so far. There have been some upsets. Maybe we get to see a long run here as well.
Well, it is a Call of Duty major, mate, isn't it? We tend to have these things going on quite often. Weird games across the board, weird results as well. But which way do we see this one going as we head into Search and Destroy on Hotel? Thieves have got to feel buoyed by that performance on Hardpoint. Feeling good, especially considering Ultra already played today. Thieves coming in nice and fresh. How are they feeling heading over towards Hotel?
Well, here we go. On board with the attack with LA Thieves. Looking for that first attacking push. Right now, a little bit of a split over the map, not a commit either way.
And a big factor here will be the first bloods. Toronto notoriously struggle to find them. And there is one for the side of LA Thieves who do not struggle to find them. And that's going to set things up here now. As the fight's starting to come over, Scrapz can't fight with the sniper. We'll have to back on down now. There could be some more pressure over towards bedroom. They know Scrapz has this, but Octane runs into the site. Scrapz backing on down here. 3 versus 3.
And that's huge. Scrapz has set up a very different dynamic now. They cannot afford to go for this. LA Thieves will now try and clear out bedroom. They will try to get in. It's real as well as the fight already kicks off the elevator shaft. But nobody down again so far. It's back to a 3 versus 3. But LA Thieves do not have control. Drazah on the flank looking for it. Scrapz got that sniper out with a pistol. He's looking to almost take down Drazah, and he's chasing. He's left alone in a 1 versus 3. But the time is probably against him. And LA Thieves take the first round of the search.
And in that situation, I don't think he chases it, of course, if his teammates do stay alive in bedroom. Has to kind of go for the kill. Knows he got him weak, but that's 3 there from Drazah to kick off things here for Thieves. It doesn't rain, it just does indeed pour for the Toronto Ultra right now. Not looking good for them whatsoever, but looking over towards, you know, the initial breaks, Drazah was typically somebody who will not find many, but he is the one that finds that first blood. A 0.21 in opening duels, Kleenex, a 0.21. Managing to have a very similar stat line. It's Drazah leading the way though with 3 in round number 1.
There we go. Ultra's first attack, and Octane tries to equal the score. Not hitting with his hit at the moment. Kenny looking in a position to do some damage. Has he stuck through? He has. They have managed to get the plant as well, but Kenny is now trapped. There are players all around him, still alive somehow, eventually goes down. LA Thieves down to 2 members. Ultra have, well, down to 1 member. There should be an Ultra round.
Finding his way through, Scrapz now looking for another kill. We'll find 1 more. That was at least 3 from Scrapz in the round. And I think even when that bomb going down and he still do get taken out, was 3 from Scrapz. It's still not a bad position because Kenny has to push in. He's already pretty much dead at that stage. Staying alive as long as he did to help his teammates get into a better position. Didn't work out for the Thieves that time. Ultra, a little bit of a reprieve here. Will find themselves tying things up.
It worked out, like I said, Octane trying to go for that snipe off the rip. If he had hit it, may have been a little bit different, but Ultra, they hold fire, they don't buckle under the pressure. All based off of Scrapz. Let's see what happens on this defense, though. Again, looking like a similar split. LA Thieves playing this same strategy.
Standy all the way over towards kitchen. Kleenex getting aggressive. Look at this. Backing on down as well, and he will get caught by Drazah. He just peeks out over towards Archers. Envoy goes through the challenge as well. Inside gets gunned. And now Ultra left in a 2 versus 4.
And Scrapz trying to spread this one. I don't know if they know he's here. The little glitter. Envoy, he's trying to get him as well, but not enough time, and gunned down. I'm not sure the sniper is working out for Ultra. I prefer to see Scrap with the tack in hand, but they're clearly playing around it a little bit. But Drazah finding these first bloods is proving everything they need. Oh, okay, that was a few extra bullets.
And I think in that situation as well, Scrap is just playing down low, looking for a pick. His team aren't really in the positions to have any reinforcements over towards A. They were relying on him finding picks there. And it was somebody who actually pushed across from the A bomb site. I believe it was Envoy who found insight over towards couches. So if he doesn't find the shot, it's a risky situation. LA Thieves 2-1 to the good. Drazah 5-1 to kick things off early on here. And there's obviously once again a stack over towards A. Octane looking for the pick on the Scrap. The bullets are good, but not good enough. Scrap will get away with his life, but info gain for the side of Thieves.
He goes out, he's not going to find anything from this either. But it does seem like Scrap and Octane may square up here at some point. More points going through. I believe that's just a wall bank for information. As everybody goes a little bit still, it may be on Kenny.
He's ready and waiting for a push to come through from Ultra. Stanley is there, here comes the baitist. CleanX will get himself across. Bomb carrier dead. Insight will find Envoy, and CleanX gets taken down as he does make his way over towards bedroom, and now they're expecting that player on the island inside to make his way over. Ultra kind of at 6s and 7s here to 2v3 for them to find good shots from Scrap.
Kenny repositioning, but actually gets himself caught, and it could have gone much, much worse. Insight left alone in a 1 versus 2. How does he play this? We've seen him clutch before, but not so much this year. Time is very much against him. All LA Thieves have to do here is slow roll this.
Oh, he's going to pick it just at the wrong time for Insight, as he did look in that direction, but it's a big round for Thieves to extend that gap. 3-1 to the good now. And that's that sort of situation with Insight. It's an impossible scenario for you to find. Octane kicking off his search and destroy just about eventually. 2-2 from him. This has been good so far from Thieves. It feels like they're really controlling the map. There hasn't been anything too flashy going on. It's just about finding these first bloods. And well, I say nothing flashy going on. Drazah 7-1. Getting the kills where he needs to.
Now, this part of it should be where the adjustments come in. Obviously, standing in CleanX, no kills yet. That's an adjustment you should make first. But they should start figuring this out a little bit better. Envoy already finding the first pick onto Scrap, and Insight gets Envoy back down to a 3 versus 3. Opens the map up just a little bit, but everybody will be waiting for that first move, and Insight will drill Drazah before he gets anything done.
Drazah feeling delusionally confident there with that challenge, and I would be too, with the way that he's been shooting, but Insight will find the kill and should do. 2 versus 3 now. The SMGs from Ultra yet to get warmed up. It's been the AR players this time around, but it's the SMGs who can answer back. Kenny goes for the challenge, and CleanX just about finds it. Now a 2 versus 1. Octane had a hell of a game number 1. Needs to do something special here in game number 2, as the bomb is now planted over towards A. Retake for Ultra needed.
Yeah, the calls come in there. He knows the player's going to be weak and not challenging him. Octane popped his daddy superpowers, looking for CleanX already, but CleanX is in a better position. And the game now has a while to go. Ultra will take that opportunity just to get that dead silence ticking in for CleanX. And they're going to wait this one out.
And that is a confidence-inspiring round. It's standing CleanX who have been struggling for the Ultra so far. They're the ones that get the job done. CleanX finding a really important kill, and a Kenny, if he finds that, then, well, maybe LA start to run away with this, but some life from Ultra. It's just seemed very flat so far from them. We've had a day of 3-0s so far. You can see Scrap on your screen on the far right side for Ultra. He's the one barking out the orders. Stanley's still sitting on that donut, but he won't be too bothered by that so far. Still a lot of search and destroy to go. But for Ultra, first bloods have been an issue. Thieves are finding the majority.
This time looks like a very aggressive push. Are they going to get in here early? Potentially Nate's already going out, but Kenny finds the first blood. Octane finds the second. The fast push comes to nothing. Octane finds the third as well. And Insight's like, where on earth has my team gone?
Are all dead, mate. We'll see you. And round number 6 is Ultra now in a difficult position again. The first bloods have not been good. I'd love to actually just get a double check on how many there have been. Insight with a good shot onto Kenny, but that will be that. And again, Thieves just deeming control of the map, getting the number advantage, and walking away with every single round.
The fact that Kenny didn't get traded was probably the biggest thing. Obviously, he got that first blood and tried to get out. And as soon as they switched onto Kenny, OpTic said, right, my time to shine, and managed to pick up 2 as well. Again, more adjustments are gonna have to come out here for Ultra. They have to find a different way. And as we go into the attack with LA Thieves, this is a very, very big round. 4-3 is much better than 5-2.
I do want to put a small caveat on Stanley's performance so far as well. He's been hit over towards B and hasn't anything to deal with so far. May well have to play his part for the Toronto Ultra now. CleanX finds the first blood for the side of Ultra now. That's SMG players getting on the board, but still for Thieves. They're ready and waiting. The push is starting to come through. Stanley, time to do your job.
Stanley looking for it and eventually gets taken down. Back to a 3 versus 3. But Ultra are here, and they are here in numbers. And already that's a huge kill from CleanX. He flies it, goes for the pre-aim as well, looking for Drazah. Drazah finds Scrapz. Suddenly gets caught sprinting. Drazah takes the gunfight inside, now flying in as well, but it's a snake off. And he has to back away from Kitchen.
Oh, they're going to challenge.
They're going from inside. He's in trouble, and down he goes. LA Thieves taking the fight to Ultra. And there are smiles on the faces for a very good reason.
And I don't want to point any blame, but the SMG players are just not finding these breaks when they need them. CleanX may well find the first blood there, over towards the other side. But Stanley, he gets pushed, and yeah, okay, it's a difficult one to win, but then CleanX gets caught sprinting, running in towards Kitchen after finding the kill onto the bomb carrier. Just a little bit overzealous in that situation. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Just back up, you got the bomb carrier, wait for some backup. Insight's nowhere near him. 5-2 lead for Thieves. Ultra, you're in danger of going out of Boston with a whimper here. As Thieves are looking so dominant in this series.
Kenny's on the hunt. Kenny is going aggressive. He's already got 1 for it, looking for it. They bring it back to a 3 versus 3. Octane gets it down as well, and Ultra are in a 2 versus 3 to stay alive in this S&D. Oh, nice nade.
Big nade. It was needed. Stanley gets off his donut, but now he's left in a 1 versus 2.
A donut so far, but a chance of redemption. Keep Ultra in the game. That's all he has to do, a 1 versus 2 with bomb down. Time is on his side. He knows where they have to go.
And you can see Thieves waiting, Stanley. One of these twitchy players who will make the movements, will spread himself out. Now in the corner, does Kenny see him? I think he did. You can see the arrows.
Here it comes! Oh, so close, but not enough. And LA Thieves move forward again. 2-0 now against Ultra. The S&D is done and dusted. And this, again, has been a one-sided affair. Ultra. Words escape me, Ton.
They need to start turning up. They need to start turning up very, very quickly. Flat is an understatement, but it's been standout AR performances in map 1 and map 2. This time around, it's the Alaskan Assassin who gets the job done. 12-2 from Drazah. A big performance from him, huge performance from Octane in map number 1, and this has been plain sailing for the LA Thieves so far. Toronto Ultra have absolutely no answer at this moment in time. And it's been hard to break down. They've been getting absolutely smoked off the map at every single occasion. First bloods, for the most part, I'd imagine, are looking terrible for Ultra. They managed to find 3 on the other side of things, 5 for the LA Thieves. It just definitely felt like LA Thieves were in control the majority of the way through. Search and destroy, perplexing Ultra today. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, perplexing Ultra today. Nothing to be said about their performances so far here on Saturday, but Control coming up. The only way out of this one is a reverse sweep.
Yeah, I mean, the red team's really taking it to Ultra, not giving him a single map for this one at all at any point, and realistically, anything could happen. I did promise you not a 3-0, but I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit weird about it. We'll have to find out, though, because we're going to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. The Control is right after this.
upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by the GMC Hummer EV Pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are live here in Boston, and at the moment, it's been a very quick day. 3-0s in abundance, but realistically, we're hoping this one isn't. I know that's nothing against LA Thieves, just to make that certain. I don't want to get accused of being biased.
The guys in the control room, they'll be there for an early dinner if things keep up that way. It has been a very, very quick Saturday. And typically we see a lot of really big close games on this day, but teams have been dominant on one side of the stage. 3-0s across the board. We are in line for another potential one here. Control coming up between Thieves and Ultra, both sporting very, very good records when it does come down to Hotel. Should be a good game, but we said that kind of about the series in general, but Thieves have been running away with it so far.
Yeah, they really have. Is there a miracle? Is there a comeback story, a fairy tale that Ultra can pull out of a hat because they need to? Today has not been their day unless they can find some horsepower, find the fire in this control. But oh my goodness, last two S&D maps, Drazah has been rather good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. 23-7, a 3.29 KD. Boston is all about big numbers.
And when it comes down to Scrap, he has been one of the guys that's been putting up huge numbers for the side of Ultra. For him on Control this season on Hotel, a 1.3 in the Lost versus FaZe, a 0.56. He's going to have to do a hell of a lot better than that if they want to continue to survive in this tournament. It's been a bad day for Ultra so far, but there's always time to chain it around.
There is the initial kills going down as well. It looks like Ultra trying to make a push towards B, but gunned. A reset now for them. Potentially the easy A if they can get there already. Still a split across the map as they try to move forward. But Kenny's holding them at bay.
And Thieves kind of playing with the mind of Ultra there. It's a really good break-off coming in from the side of Thieves. They find the majority of the kills. They then very much expect to push over towards A. Ultra deal with the play over towards B though, but now Thieves can start to pull them across the map. Octane again, starting so strongly. 3-0 from him. Standing a though. Do have some control over towards A and over towards B. That's 3 dead, only Drazah left.
Drazah trying to stay alive as well. Doesn't want reinforcements coming through that first. It's going to be in. He dives to the point. Maybe a little bit eager there to actually get into it, as now Ultra will capitalize. They're getting these points going through as well. The kills have gone down, and that should be being locked and loaded.
Huge
Ultra
kill.
have found it.
Huge kill coming in from Scrap there. It looked like Envoy was on the pitch. He was on the flank to shut things down. Insight will eventually finish up onto Octane. And now here comes the rotation. Really good start from the side of Toronto Ultra. CleanX now inside the restaurant. Not much control by either team so far. Big gunfight wins. This is much better from Ultra.
They're looking for this break. Looking for it already. Scrap finds one inside, trying to stay alive with 1 health. Isn't going to be allowed to. Octane finds that first kill, but there is so long left here. Ultra just need to break them once. Just have to get through.
Is it going to come through standing? That's a big grenade on the Kenny and on the Drazah. The shots are good. Is that going to open up things now as Octane and Envoy trying to get things done all on their own, and it's actually going to be Envoy to find 2. Octane, can he find a second? No, he's just trying to slow them down, but good shots from inside. And now a little bit of control here for Ultra over towards the A side. Has to be a retake from Thieves.
Those 2 kills from inside completely and totally allow Ultra to move forward. They get the choke points in their own favor now as CleanX move forward to Drazah, and it's a full wipe. Ultra will now be moving in here in incredible numbers. They might even just stack this completely. They are. Trophies are down. Ultra are stacking. They're moving forward into the point. The second ticket's through, and LA Thieves have to move. You can't slow roll it. It's gone already. It's too late. It's done. It's... Wait a second. No, it's not. They got into a contest. Where else did LA Thieves come from?
They got in.
How did they make this? That was done.
They got in. It's a 9v7 now as well. The lives are going to start coming into it, but Ultra, milliseconds away. They don't get the job done, and all of a sudden Thieves have numbers inside of Restaurant, and Ultra are slowly running out of time here, Bryce.
They lose it from this point. Heads will be hanging low. No. Kenny finds Envoy, and Ultra have the miracle they needed. They have the numbers to move through. Octane finds the first on the CleanX though. Octane finds the second. And Ultra surely not.
How on earth?
Points have faltered. They have fallen. And they are spawning on the other side of the map. 13 seconds left to go. It is hold down the sprint button. It is move. It is go. You have to crack it now, or there is nothing left. Octane finds one. not understand what we have just seen. Ultra were on the point. That tick looks filled.
Well, if they weren't tilted after maps 1 and 2, heads are well and truly in the bin now. That was signed, sealed, and delivered, an attacking round from Ultra. And we'd have to see it back to see who broke through. I'm sure we'll get a replay up at the end of the game because that was absurd. How do Ultra let that one go? It's a really decent start over towards B. They get the hard part done. You're in here. You're locking it down. It's fine. Everything's looking good. Everything's rosy. We're heading into round number 2. And a collapse like that, they need a solid defensive hold here. And they need to actually do it dominantly because I really feel like the heads are not going to be there. Breathing technique or not, Ultra, you need to regain fast.
Now, a defense hold would help them out a little bit, already gone down. The clock will stop as LA Thieves move towards A. Envoy being slow and steady. LA Thieves not really wanting to push the tempo here yet. Envoy will find one. The dead silence pops as he starts to move around for it. They're going for the easy A to begin with, and they will get the points down. Now, Thieves will leave one player here to stop the clock, and the rest of them will be trying to get some control into B. Ultra have done the standard counterplay to that. They're taking bedroom control.
Really nice play from the LA Thieves that set themselves up with only one person inside the hard point. Everybody else on the outside looking in. That sets them up wonderfully. A is still ticking, time well and truly stopped. Octane will find 2, one of them being his teammates, and Scrapz will trade that one back. So it's a hold for Ultra over towards B. A, though, this time around is definitely gone. LA Thieves lock this one in. And now B is their objective. Lives very, very even, but a whole 2 minutes for Thieves to weave their web over towards me.
Yeah, they're going to play this slow when they need to. They'll be looking for these initial set of kills. Sandy, though, will find it first. Drazah down. That gate has been closed and bolted locked. And Ultra have to just make sure they do not falter. They still have bedroom control. They still have the flank.
Inside holding. The rest of Ultra just playing steady away. Thieves in no hurry here, but 30 seconds has already passed of the time that they did have. Scrapz inside the bedroom will get caught, but the rest of the team are here and ready to answer back. Octane does find the kill, but Kleenex not moving from his position. Inside on down line behind Kenny will find him, but it's only 3 kills that fall in for the side of Thieves. Standy's still alive.
Standy finds the first. Has to continue to be this nuisance. Has to continue to be a problem. And Octane's not able to get him, but Drazah will eventually take him down. Ultra with a small window to get through. Octane falls as well. Scrapz goes down. Drazah still here. And Ultra have just done enough. They have just managed to keep them at arm's length for a few seconds. Inside, throwing bullets every single direction as Kenny finds another.
But it's very, very scrappy. Ultra have got no control over the map right now. It's just trade after trade, but it's working out for Thieves. Kenny will eventually get taken down. Is this some sort of control for Ultra? Not quite. Octane up towards the desk. He gets taken down. But this is just not looking great for Ultra so far. It's nearly 2 ticks in here for the side of Thieves. They've got to find a clean wave to get some control, and those 2 kills might help.
That was a big kill from Kleenex. He shut down the pinch before he could get moving. He's not got a load of kills, but eventually will fall. Now keep an eye on that minimap. Standing is going to be going on the long flank. Scrapz is going to try and hold the door. Drazah takes him down before he can do any more here. Now the LA Thieves are moving into position. That point is in. That second tick will not go through. Kleenex stops Kenny. And Ultra are holding on.
Drazah inside the bedroom could have done with staying alive. But you are right, Ultra are just about holding on, and it looks like they will. Push from Thieves starting to be formulated on the flank. Standy has got an important job to do here, as do the players inside a bedroom. One last roll of the dice here on the attack for Thieves.
Last time around, the last push from Thieves was enough. This time, Ultra in a better position. They have the time ready to go for it as well. Scrapz actually waiting for the second player to come through. They aren't. Octane finds one as well. Kenny gonna go for the gunfight. Stays alive. Scrapz will take him down though. Drazah chows and he will now be through. That clock has stopped at 4 seconds.
5 lives remaining for Thieves, but only 4 seconds, so it's not going to come into it. Octane will get taken down. Good positioning from inside. Envoy and Kenny get the job done. Drazah finds a gunfight, but as does Scrapz. Time not on the side of Thieves. I don't think they'll get there. They won't. By the hair on their chinny chin, Toronto Ultra will find the round and will want a piece.
And that's everything they needed. Every disappointment from that first round is wiped away here on their defense. They've gone even. I need to double check actually. That second tick come through on B?
I think it did. I think it did.
All even then. All even. Well, Ultra find a little bit of steel. A little bit of the Ultra we know. They held LA Thieves off for 2 minutes.
Much better now from Scrapz, sitting at 15 and 13. Was influential for his team net. He'll go on the solo roll over towards B to see if he can find anything. Nastie now heading over towards him. Once again, these opening breaks from the side of Thieves have been so good, but Nastie on the flank knows where Envoy is. The shots are in, waiting for his teammates, just staying alive. Good break from Ultra over towards A. They can get their round ticking on over.
Yeah, no messing about here. Octane will find it, but instantly cleaned up.
Big win.
And they are playing it like you should be playing it. Already moving for position for B. And LA Thieves, I think, just may give this up completely. There's no reason for them to move out, and Nastie has just got caught in an unfortunate position. The pixels were not there for him to see that player going under the lip of the ledge.
I like this from CleanX though, because Thieves have to start answering over towards bedroom, and they answer in kind very, very well. Ooh. Envoy will find a route through. Actually, Envoy finds two! Absurd from him on the minimap. It looks like it was done and dusted again, but Toronto Ultra just not quite securing these sites as well as they could. And Envoy now makes it a bit more of a difficult task. Yes, we have 2 ticks over towards it if you are Ultra. But it was looking, again, like they thought it was done. Not quite.
Looking for him as well. Drazah was hunting that player for quite some time and almost catches standing flat-footed as well. And fight's going down. Scrapz had an opportunity onto Envoy, but Envoy won that gunfight as well. Ultra now attacking a little bit piecemeal across the map. They are probably going to have to go for that A push.
And they got tempted. That carrot was dangled over towards B for the side of Toronto Ultra. They went for it. Eventually will convert themselves over towards A, but here comes the pinch. Is Octane going to be ready for Standy? Not quite. There is a player for the Thieves here in Kenny. On his way over was Drazah, but he gets cut down as well. A locked in for Toronto Ultra. Definitely this time. The lives not in their favor. The 4 over towards the side of Thieves. Make that 3, but a push in towards B is what's going to start happening. Envoy inside the bedroom is going to be a problem.
And Ultra looking for that one more kill to make the push, but unfortunately they haven't found it. This will be a reassessment, hold bedroom control, and now start thinking about getting a flank through as well. LA Thieves are in a better position as they want bedroom 2, and Scrapz and Drazah go at it, but either get it as Envoy hits the flank and takes him down. And Ultra will have to do a different tactic. They do not have bedroom control, so it's a full flank play for them.
20 and 14 from Octane, not able to find anything there though. The flank being worked by Ultra. Now they have a bit of presence over towards the spawn of Thieves. And what can Octane do from mid-map? Is he going to find anything on Nastie? It's a big gunfight win, but still, plenty of members of Thieves over towards that bedroom side. It's a crucial hold. We talk about it so much. And the Thieves putting that into practice right now. Good shots coming in from Drazah. Can't quite clean up, but the time is momentarily stopped as Standy then does get cut down. We're a bit all over the place here, but still, Thieves in bedroom.
They're trying to back away here. You can see them playing like chess on this minimap. Neither team winning to get away in positions. Envoy keeps bedroom control. Ultra will stop that clock. They will jump on and have their teammates look over them as well. They're looking for it, and Drazah finds inside, but it may be not enough. They're slowly but surely getting through this as well as CleanX finds himself with guns firing at him. And it's almost cleaned out from both teams. But 23 seconds left to go, and Ultra are spawning kitchen.
They're spawning kitchen, but they managed to clear our bedroom, so these next wave of kills are so big. Kenny will get dealt with on the flank. Envoy finds the kill on the CleanX though. Last chance saloon. Here for Ultra in this round. Gotta go for it. Standy will stop the clock. He needs the rest of his team to find the kills.
That is a big kill, but Envoy finds it first. Inside, trying to get Kenny down as well, but Kenny wins that gunfight. Scrapz tries to jump in at the same time, and it's last but not least, CleanX can't find it. It's a full trade, but that benefits Thieves, and they hold their defense as well.
Just run out of time. Thieves were being such a nuisance inside of bedroom. Could not get rid of them. And then by the time Ultra do get rid of them, there is just no time. Both teams holding their defenses so far. On typically a map that has now started to lean more attacking orientated. So Thieves will still fancy this one. They became very close to finding that previous attacking round that they went onto. And now it's their turn to have another go at it. Ultra, can you hold the defense, or is that round number 1 going to haunt you again?
There's a lot about today that might haunt them if they don't hold it. But already, the initial kill's going through. CleanX just holding double. Will be taken out as well. You can already see LA Thieves not too worried about that A point. Probably commit someone to it just to stop that clock.
And the opening breaks from Ultra every time have been so poor. When it's come down to this game mode particular, they have been the best lane team on it. We haven't seen that side of them today at all. LA Thieves will swan on in over towards it. Kills starting to come in over towards B as well, and Envoy may well be the catalyst for the squads to start making their way over towards B. Ultra have chalked this one. 1 minute and 5 left to go. That timer will stay stopped, and Envoy will still kill. 4 kills in a row from him. He's trying to up Ultra on his own. Scrap will answer back. Ultra with plenty of control over towards B, but you lost A very, very quickly.
You know, Ultra must dig their battle line. They must hold bedroom. They know their flank is not secure. Even Standy should pre-aim round this one.
Are you kidding
me? Goes. They know Kenny's here. Fortunately, the rest of Ultra are in a good position. LA Thieves now have the unenviable task of doing what Ultra tried to do last time. Go from the flank and make the kills. Kenny still being a problem.
Big win from Insight. He goes down and all of a sudden you're just looking towards the backside and Thieves can filter through. Insight must stay alive because Kenny is still causing absolute havoc in the spawn of Ultra. Will eventually get dealt with. Now Ultra have a little bit of space to push out. Insight still lingering around and LA Thieves have the luxury of time on their side to try and flush him out. He will find 1 kill, will eventually get taken down. Ultra with some control over towards B still. But the trades are not in their favor, and neither are the lives.
This is still good from Ultra. This is everything they need to do. Trades work out for them. They can continue to put LA Thieves back over and over again. The issue being is when they start to lose those trades, and it goes against them. They have allowed Kenny back into the danger zone as he stays alive, gets away with it. Scrapz doesn't hit nothing, but gets his teammate. Kenny now a little bit lost. Not going to win it. Another good hold from Ultra. They keep the Wolves at bay.
And Standy actually managed to push up over towards Glass side. Because of where Insight is sitting over towards the kitchen side of the map, it started spawning over towards Glass, but backs on down. Now Thieves spawning all the way out towards kitchen. It's a big kill from Envoy though. He will find Clinex inside the bedroom. So, some presence here from Thieves, if only momentarily. Ultra, a good hold so far. 35 seconds remaining. Thieves' lives running out, time running out.
Ultra hold all the doors, they have all the keys. They just have to hold this last push. And Insight, the first man will find them, looking for it as well, but gunned by Octane. The flank is now open. The fight will move to bedroom. And Ultra have their guns up, the irons are held. They're looking for them as well, but Octane finds one. It's a 2 versus 3 in the site.
Stop the clock, they stop the clock. Standy, do you challenge or you keep this presence over towards bedroom? Still a lot of ticks needed. Envoy will eventually get taken down. Octane still towards the backside. Scrap is here to try and clear him out, but Thieves are starting to stack. Octane needs to be taken down here by Ultra.
They've got him, but Kenny finds that 2-piece, and only 1 player left can do anything here for them. Insight trying to make this win. Envoy will gun him out of the hill, and now Ultra have to move. That tick is done, that tick is dusted, and your boiler room is shredding, and LA Thieves make a dark day for Ultra. They move on. The World Championships continue rolling forward in this tournament. Ultra find nothing today.
And that is going to be a huge disappointment for Toronto Ultra. That was not a good performance at all. And that one will sting, especially you think of round number 1 and how close that was. To pretty much going 1-0 up, they would have went 2-0 up off the defense. They would have at least been looking at a round number 5 here.
Yeah, give me that replay.
But the close ones, yeah, we need to see the replay of how close it got. But the close moments do not go their way. In the map that they needed to start the reverse sweep, the other 2 dominant from Thieves. And not much of an answer from Ultra, who have a disastrous Saturday here in Boston.
Envoy went huge at 31 and 21. But not only did he make some kills, they were important. The same thing with Kenny, that 2-piece right at the end. It locked Ultra out. They had to hold bedroom control. They eventually let it slip. And that round 1 will roll in the memory for a very long time. Ultra, it has been a Saturday. It has been their worst day, probably ever, actually. I think realistically they have just not had a good time at all. But LA Thieves keep moving forward. The loser bracket run could set them up for a pretty historic rematch, actually.
That's 3 3-0s in a row for the side of the LA Thieves, picking up some momentum in the lower side of the bracket, looking fantastic. They look like one of the teams to beat right now. LA Thieves looking strong.
They certainly do. Well, let's find out from the man himself. It's Blaze on stage with Octane.
Thank you so much, Bryson Tyne. Give it up for the LA Thieves as they progress on win, and not just in any fashion, 9 straight maps, Octane. You guys are in world championship form. What's going on here? Why are you guys looking so good right now?
I think we're just riding the momentum, man. We got a really good win last night against New York. We kind of ran through Florida a little bit, and Toronto, thanks, shout out to FaZe for the alley-oop there. I mean, that's kind of it.
It'd be like that when you're winning 3-0 like this, okay? And the human turret himself up here, you've been playing out of your mind, okay? What's been going on with you? How you feeling with your own gameplay right now?
I'm feeling kind of incredible. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if you guys saw the first map, but I was feeling great. The team's just firing, man. We're just flying, playing with confidence. We had a rocky stage 2 online. We do get the land buff, as I'm sure everyone in this venue knows. So we're just riding the high right now.
Hey, well, you're winning over the crowd, okay? You got rid of New York, who took y'all off on the last tournament. Anything you want to say to these fans that's been supporting you, man?
Shout out to you guys, man. You guys are killing it right now.
Yeah, you guys are killing it, okay? That's going to do it for me and Sam on the stage. Chris, take us away.
Thank you so much, Blaze. And wow, history really does repeat itself. This time, it's a little bit faster as LA Thieves take out Toronto Ultra 3-0. Welcome, though, to the desk. We got Ben J. Razim joining us. Boston, make some noise for my man. Ben, hey. I got to get your thoughts here on this series. Did you see this one coming from the Thieves tonight?
I mean, the Thieves have been on an absolute run in regards to map count so far this weekend, but man, what a weird day for Toronto. Thought they were looking strong, one of the contenders coming into this weekend, but today they just had a rough one, didn't really plug the controllers in, and maybe Ben J. Razim was playing instead of Sandy today, I don't know.
I hope not, but it looked a little bit rough there for Toronto, and you got to give credit now to the LA Thieves. 3 series in a row, all in the lower bracket. They are crushing through the competition, aLLeY.
We can't forget, I mean, we're talking about the back-to-back champions in a game that we didn't even think you could go back-to-back in last year, so definitely putting some respect on their name right now. Like Octane said, they did have a struggle bus to Major 2 qualifiers, but we do have to talk about the fact that they had to plug Capsule into their roster, take Kenny out. They didn't get a lot of practice, so seeing them all on the same page right now is giving me back-to-back vibes from last year. So LA Thieves now definitely looking to be in that conversation of winning this thing.
And we just talked to the MVP of that series. Octane was on our stage, and we got to walk through one of the biggest moments here of the matchup. Take this one away, Nameless. This was the very end of one of the crucial rounds.
Yeah, this is that very first round, just a bizarre situation, right? Like, you see all of Toronto, they're capturing the point. They're in a really good spot to close this out. They have all 4 down here. They're slaying them out, and somehow the LA Thieves break through. They win the trades, and they end up winning this round. It's just wild, right? You see, I think it's number 6, it's Kenny. He gets through and he gets an opening kill, and that pretty much starts it all off. And then the trades come in left and right. Octane and Drazah with the trade through carpet, and it just splits the defense, man. They're able to regain control with barely any time left. They had a life lead and full control with 4 down. You'd think a quick stack would just bleed them out and win that round. It doesn't happen, Puckett.
And you got to give love to Bryce on the call. He lost it in that moment with Drazah and Octane break back in. Everyone in this venue got hyped for the Thieves. But if you're looking for a scuff play of the game, this 3-0 is pretty convincing. But I got to give some love to my man from Alaska. The Salmon was just slurping his way through this S&D. Let's take a look at his 3K. Could have been an ace if Octane wasn't in the game, Ben J. Walk us through this one like a play-by-play legend.
Man, it was a really, really nice combo effort here on the S&D. Drazah gonna actually get 3 kills, I believe, in this round, correct?
Uh-huh.
And then they finish it off. And for Thieves, man, we've seen at times on this map, especially on Hotel, the situational play in S&D hasn't been there. But today, Sam going ahead and finishing things off here. They were on point, and they go ahead and move on to Championship Sunday, I believe.
And Ben, we were watching this round, and we were like, what is Toronto doing, right? Like when they ran out, then we saw Kleenex, he kind of just threw his life away, ran back in. I feel like they got flustered today for some reason. Like in Search and Destroy, Toronto is usually so composed, making plays together. It was not like that whatsoever. And honestly, I think it's from the map ones that they've had 2 Mercados. They started on bad side. They've gotten absolutely rolled on that map, and it's led into next map, right? Like the pressure, it mounted here.
Toronto may have got exposed when it comes to the maps. Final thoughts on this series, aLLeY?
I was just going to say, like, he did that in the nicest way possible. They just got the Atlanta FaZe blender, to be honest. They definitely got confidence checks in that series and in this one. I think this will be a good learning experience for Toronto Ultra, but they live in Toronto. You know, you think they'd be icy.
I gotta say one more thing also.
I'll allow it. One more.
They've been talking a lot of trash. Like the Toronto guys have been chirping. you gotta get some. You gotta make it to a finals before you keep chirping the rest of the teams in the league. Like, you can't come around here talking this much trash and not end up making it.
I disagree. I love the WWE.
You gotta turn.
That's what COD is turning into. We got to give a shout out though to some of the big names, the heels, the legends. They're all here, and they could be on your Scuff team of the major. What Final Four will get selected? We've nominated 8 here as a caster group. The Final Four are voted in by the fans. If you had to pick a player from the Thieves, aLLeY, who are you looking at?
Octane for sure. I feel like he's been the backbone throughout this entire run.
There you have it. Scuff Team of the Major. Get your votes in. Use the hashtag Scuff Team of the Major. Major 2 continues. We have one more battle on a very fast day of 3-0s. Is this one going the distance? Stay tuned to find out. Boston Breach playing in front of their home crowd take on some fan favorites in OpTic Texas.